Once upon a time, there was a boy who refused to live an ordinary life. While others slept, he wired alarms to wake himself before sunrise, not because he had to, but because he feared wasting even a single moment of possibility. Before the world knew his name, before the headlines, the billions, the empire, he was already racing the future in his mind. Years later, that same boy would walk away from a golden job on Wall Street, pack everything he owned into a small car, and drive across the country to build something the world didn't believe in, a tiny online bookstore, in a garage, on the edge of the unknown. People laughed, investors shook their heads, competitors dismissed him as naive, but beneath the mockery, beneath the doubt, beneath the noise, something extraordinary was quietly coming to life. Stay with me, because this is not just the story of Amazon, it's the story of a mindset that turns ridicule into unstoppable power. Subscribe, because legends are built this way. Before the empire, before the billions, Jeff Bezos was a boy who loved to take things apart. Radios, gadgets, machines. He dismantled them not to destroy, but to understand. Piece by piece, he learned how systems worked, how parts connected, how small changes could create massive outcomes. Curiosity wasn't a hobby, it was his instinct. Imagination wasn't escape, it was preparation. He wired alarms so no sunrise could outrun his ambition. He trained himself to wake early, think deeply, and dream relentlessly. While others played, he built. While others accepted limits, he questioned them. To the world, he was just another kid, but inside his mind, something far greater was forming. Jeff Bezos was born in 1964 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, to a teenage mother, Jacqueline, and his father, Ted. Life didn't begin with certainty, but with resilience. Later, his mother remarried Miguel Bezos, a Cuban immigrant who escaped poverty and built a new life in America. Miguel adopted Jeff, giving him not just a name, but a living example of courage, reinvention, and possibility. From an early age, Jeff absorbed a powerful lesson. Your beginnings do not define your ceiling. He excelled in school, driven by curiosity rather than applause. Graduated valedictorian from Miami Palmetto High School, then Princeton University, electrical engineering and computer science. This wasn't just education, it was architecture for the future. Every equation sharpened his logic, every problem trained his patience, every challenge strengthened his belief that complex systems could be mastered and rebuilt. After Princeton, Jeff entered the elite world of finance and technology, Phytel, Bankers Trust, D.E. Shaw. At D.E. Shaw, he thrived, smart, reliable, precise, a rising star with a six-figure salary and a clear path upward. To most people, he had already made it. But comfort has a quiet danger. It can silence ambition. Even as praise surrounded him, Jeff felt restless. Something was missing. Every morning, the same question echoed louder. Is this all there is? While others focused on quarterly returns, Jeff watched something else. Quiet, invisible, underestimated. The internet. Growing at 2,300% per year. Most saw novelty. Jeff saw inevitability. He felt torn between two futures: stay safe, respected, comfortable, or leap into uncertainty and build something no one could yet imagine. The salary was tempting, the security was real, but the fear of regret, the fear of doing nothing, burned far brighter than the fear of failure. In 1994, Jeff Bezos made the decision that would define his life. He walked away from certainty, from prestige, from safety. He packed his car and drove across the country. writing his business plan along the way. A simple idea: sell books online. No storefront, no guarantees, no roadmap, just vision. Amazon was born in a garage, not as a company, but as a belief. Early days were brutal. Sales crawled, investors doubted, competitors mocked the idea of buying books online. But Jeff had a philosophy that set him apart: long-term thinking in a short-term world. He refused to chase profits. Every dollar went back into growth, technology, inventory, customer experience. While others chased applause, Jeff built foundations. Mistakes came fast and often. Too much inventory, not enough inventory, cash flow stretched thin, systems breaking under pressure, sleepless nights, relentless stress. But Bezos understood something most people never do. Mistakes are not the opposite of success, they are its raw material. Each error revealed a weakness. Each weakness became a system. Each system became an advantage. Amazon stopped being a bookstore. It became an engine, a machine designed to learn faster than its competitors. Customer obsession became religion. Efficiency became culture. Patience became power. As orders exploded, so did chaos. Packages piled up, deliveries delayed, warehouses overwhelmed. Customers complained, investors panicked. Jeff didn't see failure, he saw feedback. He reimagined warehouses as living systems, fulfillment centers that could think, move, and evolve. Early attempts failed, robots collided, processes broke, but every breakdown became a blueprint. Soon, Amazon could deliver anything, anywhere, faster, cheaper, and more reliably than anyone else. Chaos had been transformed into dominance. By the early 2000s, Amazon faced new limits. The company needed massive computing power, scalable infrastructure, unbreakable systems. Jeff saw what others missed again. What if Amazon's internal tools could power the entire internet? AWS was born, not loudly, not glamorously, but quietly. Early versions failed, servers crashed, critics called it a distraction, but lesson by lesson, system by system, AWS became the backbone of the digital world. Today, it powers startups, governments, and global corporations, an hidden empire inside an empire. Jeff Bezos' story teaches us timeless truths. Greatness is never instant. Vision must outlast doubt. Patience compounds power. Mistakes are teachers. Failure is data. Systems beat talent when talent refuses to systemize. Obsess over those you serve. Build for the long term. Innovate quietly and let results speak. Every delay teaches mastery. Every risk multiplies growth. Every step forward, no matter how uncertain, compounds. The final question. Jeff Bezos didn't win because he was fearless. He won because he feared regret more than failure. He chose vision over comfort, systems over shortcuts, patience over applause. And he built something the world once laughed at, but now depends on. The question isn't whether Jeff Bezos was extraordinary. The question is, are you willing to think long, act boldly, and build something the world doesn't yet understand? Thank you for staying with this story until the very end. If this changed how you see success, failure, or ambition, share your thoughts in the comments. I read them. Like this video if it inspired you. Share it with someone who's doubting their vision. And subscribe, because more stories like this are coming, not to entertain you, but to awaken the builder within you.